Well, the yearly iteration of Call of Duty has made its appearance, and to be honest, I really wasn't that excited to play it. After playing through Medal of Honor Warfighter and Halo 4 over the past few weeks, I just really didn't care that another shooter was being released. Well, I'll tell you what, even though the shooters are not my preferred genre and I was pretty shootered out, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was actually a hell of a lot of fun.
My father, Alex Mason, gave up everything he had. He abandoned me so he could defend his country from people like you. I hated him for that. But now, here I am. With you.
So we are the same, David. Shaped by those we have lost.
The campaign of Black Ops 2 takes place during the 1970s and 80s during the Cold War, seen through the eyes of Black Ops protagonist Alex Mason, and in 2025 during a new cyber warfare and robotics-based Cold War as Alex's son, David Mason. The story follows a new villain by the name of Raul Menendez, a big-time drug and arms dealer with a great hatred for the West, specifically for Alex Mason and his crew. The story alternates back and forth between Alex and David as you learn the complexities and motives of Raul, which to me at first was a bit confusing. Treyarch did something a little different this time around though in the way that the story plays out for you. Several missions have objectives that can have different results depending on how well you perform. There are several endings based on these differences, but what was neat was that the story plays out for you differently throughout its entirety as well. Being that the Call of Duty games are primarily known for and played for their multiplayer, I thought this was a really cool way to motivate players to go back through and play the campaign a few more times. Overall, I really enjoyed the story, and I felt that this time the game played out a bit less like I was a superhero in a Michael Bay movie than in previous entries in the series. I played the PC version of the game and I felt the graphics were just average. When compared to the high quality textures, models, and lighting in Medal of Honor Warfighter, I found the visuals to be rather bland, which initially let me down a bit. Luckily, the smooth controls and solid gameplay more than made up for the visual letdown. The PC version didn't have too many options to customize the graphics, but it did have a slider to adjust the field of vision, but only up to 80, which at times gave me a bit of motion sickness. The single-player campaign's 11 missions and 5 Strike Force missions on the regular difficulty setting took me roughly 7 hours to complete. Before each mission, you'll get a chance to modify your loadout, including your default and offhand weapons with various attachments, as well as perks that let you do things like reload faster and experience less recoil while you fire. Each mission has a series of challenges that can be completed that unlock additional perks to utilize during further playthroughs, which adds another layer of replayability for completionists. Unfortunately, there's no way to view the list or track your progress of these challenges while you're actually playing the mission. That's stupid. During the campaign, you'll also have the opportunity to play through optional real-time strategy Strike Force missions that allow you to go into a tactical aerial view and control several squads of soldiers as well as various robotic devices and turrets. Some missions have you defending installations, while others have you assaulting and assassinating targets. The results of these affect the way the campaign story plays out for you. I really didn't care for these missions though, as I felt it drew me out of the story. It was weird mixing in an RTS into the middle of a first-person shooter, though I did find them to be rather challenging. Being that the story takes place in 2025, there is some really cool new future technology such as badass scopes that let you see through walls and cover, and scopes that detect and mark enemies. There are also cool new gadgets like flying and cloaking suits, EMP grenades, and nano gloves that let you climb horizontally and vertically. What's better is that much of this technology is also available to you in the game's multiplayer game types. As far as I could tell, not much has changed in the standard competitive multiplayer game. All of the game types you come to expect have returned, and as per usual, you'll level up your character based on your performance, unlocking tokens as you go. Tokens are spent on available weapons, perks, killstreak rewards, and attachments. Attachments are unlocked per weapon based on how often you use that weapon. Nothing felt new to me as I played, beyond the cool future tech weapons and of course some new maps, but it was still fun. That could just be that it's the time of year where I enjoy playing shooters though. Zombie mode has also returned with a few maps, each with their own survival mode. One map in particular has a new transit mode that was supposed to be story-based, in which a bus moves you between several zones, but I didn't really understand if a story was really present or not. Scattered throughout the levels are parts that could be used to construct gadgets at tables too, which put a fun spin on things once I figured out what to do. There were no instructions to tell me how to do that though, which seemed a bit odd. Overall, not much has changed in the zombie world. It's still trying to stay alive as long as possible in increasingly difficult rounds of zombie attacks. The PC version of Black Ops 2 had 3 separate executables for the campaign, multiplayer, and zombies mode, which I found to be a little weird, but for each game I had to modify my graphics settings and key bindings. That's stupid too. There really isn't much new that was brought to the table for the latest yearly entry of Call of Duty. The future technology was pretty neat, and the multi-branching story and challenges kept things fresh with added replayability. The zombies mode is returned with nothing new, and the competitive multiplayer is the same thing we're used to. In the end, all it really comes down to is whether or not I had a good time playing the game, and I certainly did. I found the campaign interesting, and the multiplayer, while same old, was still super fun. I can't answer whether or not this title will have the longevity of some of its predecessors, but I enjoyed it, and I'm actually pretty anxious to get back online and pwn some noobs. Check out the full write-up and screenshots over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure to check out all of the other great gaming entertainment on the Game Station. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.